What's up, Lowlives? It's your boy Rhino back with another amazing episode of the Lowlife podcast. With me, as always, my boy, Danny P.
What's going on, my friends? Happy Friday. Rhino's off his meds again. What do you know?
I'm on too many meds, dude.
Yeah, fucking A.
I'm on a lot of meds right now. Yeah, dude. And booze. And every single medicine that I take, it's like, please don't take this with alcohol. And I'm like,
Boy.
I'll take it under advisement.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a little health issue this week. Had to take a bunch of fucking antibiotics. Been fucking me up. I'll just get right into it because I'm an open book. I don't care. I'm not embarrassed about any of this shit. But I got a bladder infection, and I had to go to the doctors because I started pissing blood, dude. I woke up in the middle of the night. Yeah, I woke up one night in the middle of the night, and like I pissed, and like it wasn't like just like brown. It was like chunks of blood, dude. Like half coagulated type of shit.
What?
Like, yeah.
Man, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I shot a couple of those Larrys out in the toilet, and I was like, is that blood? And my fucking piss was burning, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? So anyways, I went to the doctor. They took a sample, and they put me on some antibiotics. But it's been fucking painful, dude. Never had anything like that happen before. It's better now. The antibiotics are the size of like my fucking thumb, dude. Like, I was like, are these for horses? Are these for like fucking Great Danes, dude? Why are they so big? But they fucking fucked me up, dude. So like all weekend got all fucked up. Missed Fish's birthday party. Shout out Fish.
Yep.
Sorry
Happy
about
birthday,
that,
Fish.
brother. But I was fucking laid up. It's threw a wrench in my fucking plans too that weekend. Last week, I am down to the wire on the Seacoast bike. So I needed these weekends to be productive. And fucking dude, Sunday I couldn't like stand up, couldn't sit down, like just in pain. And again, the worst part about the whole thing is fucking medicine, because those antibiotics make you feel like so fucking sick. So anyways, I'm peeing clear. I'm peeing clear, fellas. So rest assured. Simple little it's weird. They took the labs, they took my pee-pee and they sent it to a lab. I had E. coli in my bladder, dude. E. coli.
Yeah.
I was like, the doctor probably thinks I fucking popped a hole in a head of iceberg lettuce and fucked it,
Yeah, or an
Like,
old
how the
thing of
fuck did you
hamburger.
get E. coli in your dick, bro?
When you told me that, I had to fucking Google it. Like E. coli is one of those things you hear about all the time. Oh, there's a E. coli outbreak, fucking whatever. And it's like, I don't know exactly what it is. I know what salmonella is because I've gotten it, but fucking E. coli, I don't know. So I had to Google it and was like, oh shit. All right. And it even says on there, it's like you could get it from like swimming in water that's contaminated with it. You could get it from meat. You could get it from fucking vegetables, like a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I think
it's crazy.
My best guess is swimming in a lake or pond or something, Yeah. It's very unusual, the doctor said, to get that. But then she looked at my penis and it was like the meatus, the urethra of my penis is big enough to slide a hot dog down. It's very wide.
What the fuck? Yeah, I don't know if you're kidding or not.
You can actually see, if you look down my meatus into my urethra, you can actually see my guts and stuff moving around. It's that big.
What the fuck?
It's mostly whole. We'll say that.
Okay.
We're done with the gross stuff. I just wanted to let you know, guys, your boy's been having a rough week, but I'm feeling better now. Feeling good. Today is like the first day, really. I feel like probably almost 100%.
It's fucking brutal, man.
Yeah, dude. I don't think I've ever pissed blood before. That's scary.
No, I don't think I have either. Yeah, now that you say that, that would freak me the fuck out for sure.
Yeah. Because then you're like, oh, I'm bleeding internally somewhere.
Yeah, that would freak me out for sure.
So, anyways,
glad you're better.
Thank you. And thank you everybody that I did tell throughout this period. Because basically, if anybody was like, "Hey, you want to hang out?" I'm like, "No, I gotta. My dick is diseased and about to fall off, so I can't hang out today."
Yep.
And thank you for all those dudes that were hitting me up and checking on me, being like, "How you feeling? How's that old diseased dick? Old diseased dick rhino? Disgusting drippy dong." Anyways, the dick's fine. It was in my bladder. I'm peeing fine. I'm free and clear. So, but that, yeah, if you're listening to this today on Friday, do come out to the Seacoast Harley Davidson biker build off. It's me, yours truly, your favorite low life host, Rhino. I built a fucking twin cam, an '05 twin cam. It's definitely different than anything I've ever done. There's definitely a few of my old tricks on there for sure. I don't know. It came out better than I thought. And I spent a lot of time digging around in my parts because I really didn't want to buy a ton of parts for this. You know, number one, because cool motorcycle parts are very expensive. And the way that I was building this, I'm making a bobber. The whole thing about it was I wanted to try to be resourceful and make as much as I could. And I have a huge scrap bin full of weird parts and shit and different cuts of this and that I got to use. I found this like thing I bent up like probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I was like, "Oh, cool. If I do this to it, that'll be a choke, knob holder or whatever bracket." So yeah, check it out. It's all stuff that I found around my garage. It's all like old parts that I had on other builds. Everything on it, I used the lathe quite actually heavier than I have ever before. I was
Sick.
turning down yeah, dude, I made a bunch of bungs, made a bunch of spacers, made a bunch of cool little things on that lathe, and, in fact, it really helped out with, the welding because I had all this rod, like different lengths of rod and shit that I would be making things out of, and it was
Mhm.
rusted all to shit because 'cause it's been in my garage for fucking years, just dirty and wet and whatever.
Yep.
You can put a fucking rod on the lathe, spin it with some sandpaper, dude, it's shining like a diamond.
Yep.
You get all that pitting
Smart.
out of it, and it's like a brand new piece of metal. So
Can I offer you a potentially simpler way of doing that?
what's that?
Just chuck it in your electric drill.
True. I never done that before.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
5/8? You think you could fit 5/8 in there?
5/8 welding rod? Oh, you mean I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess it depends on if you fit your chuck. I have an air drill, like a pneumatic drill, snap-on drill that I could fit 5/8 in, but
Oh
I
shit.
think it goes up to 5/8. But yeah, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about your welding rod, like
No, no,
your
no.
TIG rod.
No,
All right.
yeah, just like old chunks of round stock.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, clean that shit up. Yeah, and I actually got to use which I hadn't done this before, is I set up the drill on the lathe. So,
Okay.
yeah, I hadn't done that before, and it's fucking super helpful.
Sick.
Yeah, that's how it was so easy to make bungs and shit.
Yep.
It was cool. I had to do some
That's
modification because the chuck I got was like didn't fit, so I had to like make some set screws, but it works, and it was fucking way easier than drilling. Like even just holding a part there, like in the chuck, even if it wasn't round, I could still like a square that would fit in the chuck if it was like symmetrical. You know what I mean? I could still get a hole in it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I
Right.
put, like, the step bit on it and shit like that. Anyways,
Mhm.
I was just fucking around. I had to get creative. I'm like, I'm not buying I didn't cave. I just used, like, what I had laying around, and I didn't buy any bungs, any tabs, any of that shit. I made it all reused a bunch of stuff that I had. So, I don't know, it's pretty cool. The one thing I did buy is, an ignition module because I was talking to Fat Man, and to wire this thing up with a simplified wiring harness like I'd like to do is so easy. There's lots of stuff on it. Parts I was looking at the wiring diagram and shit, and I was like, I don't even know what this fucking thing does, dude. Some pretty high tech stuff. So, anyways, I did order that through Fat Man. If you need to get parts from fucking, I think it was a drag part or something like that, or maybe JP Cycles or some shit. But, get at Fat Man, he can order those parts, and he said he was gonna come up and help me, wire it in. So, this is Friday, and we're gonna see if that actually happened. I'll give you guys, an update next week if Fat Man kept his word. But, yeah, big shout out to Fat Man for helping me out with the electrical part, and a huge fucking shout out to my boy, Danny Panhead. Killed it on the paint job, dude. It
It came
seriously
out
came out, like, so cool. I love the design.
it came out pretty sick. Yeah, it's just my kind of typical flames on the side, floating flames, but I haven't done a striped pinstriped flame design in a long time, and I was originally just going to do some floating flames, and I'm like, man, I've been doing a lot of that, and I haven't done a striped set. So I was like, I'm going to do a striped set, and I wanted a nice border all the way around it. I wanted there to be a fair amount of silver in there. So yeah, whenever you are going to post that or whatever, people can see it. But I think it came out pretty good, pretty short notice, but it was sick. We made it work. And I think the fender is my favorite part, dude. That little ducktail on the end of the two little flames.
That's so cool, dude.
I think it's my
Yeah.
favorite part.
Yep. Yeah, hopefully nothing happens. The thing I'm worried most about is putting the sissy bar because it makes contact with the fucking fender.
Yeah, right. And I I used one of your photos that you sent me as a reference, and what should technically happen when you put your sissy bar with that brace on over top of it, it should look like those flames are coming from up underneath that. That was
Okay.
intentional.
Oh, no
So,
shit.
yeah. So, if the tips of them do get covered up by your fender brace, that's fine. That was my intention. I wanted it to look like
Okay.
they were coming out from underneath that. Because that's like really your only big wide open space. You know what I mean? I could have put flames all the way up the fender, but you're only going to catch them here and there at certain angles, and that's more paint, more work. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's one thing I always get wrong, I think, is my fucking sissy bars always fit so goddamn tight,
Mm,
you know? Because I have
yeah.
everything, like, mocked up, tightened down, and I've had my fucking sissy bar detached from my fender before, you know? So I always try to make it, like, tight as fuck,
Mm,
but it's a pain in the ass because I always end up scratching the fucking paint on shit, you know? Putting it together. It'd be nice
yeah.
if there's, like, a little bit of a gap to put something like a washer or some shit underneath it, you know? Like a
That's
leather
what.
washer.
Yeah. I try to make that outer surface like I'll leave it raw if that's going to be a mounting surface, but I also that specifically for that very reason I use at least one leather washer when I'm fitting all that shit up and doing my little cope bung or whatever to attach the sissy bar to the fender. I use a leather washer, at least one right there every single time to
Yeah,
allow for that little bit of wiggle. Same with on the front upper fender bolts and then the ones down below, however you mount it down at the bottom. I do that with all of those because between your tire when it's full of air and then your sissy bar tabs and like everything else you have to weasel that fender through if you need to get it off.
yeah,
Don't make it hard on yourself. You know what I mean?
and I painted the sissy bar too, so there's a
Mm,
couple less mills to work with.
yeah, but
Alright,
it is
well,
what it
we'll
is.
figure it out. I mean,
Yeah.
it only goes in one way. I figure we could probably get the sissy bar on first and then, like, slide the fender into place without fucking it up. It'll definitely be easier with 2 people, you know?
Yeah, we'll figure it out. If we got to grab one of us grabs each side of the sissy bar and pulls it, and then we strap it around, we can do that. We'll figure it out. It's gonna grab paint, and it is what it is. The finish on the paint job's not perfect, and it's not gonna stay that way anyway. So
Yeah, I guess as long as we can get it on without scraping part of the paint, yeah. I just don't wanna scrape part of the paint that you're gonna see. If it's underneath where the sissy bar goes and there's no way around it, that's fine.
right, right, right.
But maybe I can get a leather washer under there or half of one.
Yeah, even just a piece of tape, and then wherever
Yeah,
you know what
true.
I mean, wherever it gets covered up, you just take a razor blade and cut that off and leave the tape underneath.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not like it. I mean, the tape will protect it a little bit, but it's better than
It's
nothing.
like fuzzy tape stuff that I don't know if that's what you call it, but
Mm.
it's fuzzy tape. It's like soft. I use it for all sorts of shit. I don't know what it's used for. It's like black. It's like electrical tape, but it's like fuzzy on the top.
Maybe just like insulation or something,
I don't know.
or
I use
like
it to like
abrasion resistance or something.
I don't know what the fuck it's for. I don't even know where I got it, dude. I got like I don't know why I got it. You know what? I think I got it to like wrap wires in so it looked like fabric.
Mm.
Like way back in the day. I probably got like a 10 pack on fucking Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in fact, I use it for a lot of stuff. I got these like trailer lights for the tail lights on the Seacoast build, and they fit inside of the inside of the tubing, but they don't stay there. They're not like centered. It's not like a perfect fit. The
Mm.
outside it has like a rubber gasket or whatever on the very end to make it like waterproof. But I took this tape and I just wrapped it around the body of the light until it was like snug in that tube. And then I mixed up some fucking epoxy and it like seeped into that, I put it all over that tape and it like sticks there, stuck it in there, and it's like it's in there like it's like welded in.
Huh.
Worked fucking nice, dude.
No shit.
Yeah. Because you did
Wild.
something similar on the Gypsy Witch, didn't you?
Yeah. So what I did was you have those frame rails that come back that end up being fender braces that come right off the backbone past the seat. I nipped those. So they, on the 4-speeds, they come out as just round stock and then they get to the point where they're the pinched section. They run down and they're just sort of like a C channel. Well, I cut the C channel part off because I didn't like that. I cut it where it turned into just round tubing. And then all I did was take a piece of 1/4-inch steel and I cut them to basically be a cap on those two ends. And then I drilled and tapped a hole in the center of those. And I had these little lights, these little LED lights that had a center stud. I forget where I got them, but they had a center stud and they acted as indicators and they were brake light, but I only wired them for brake light and running light. And then I had them internally wired. They ran down through the tube, blah, blah, blah. They junctioned together and then they went into the battery. And yeah, they worked pretty slick. I never had an issue with them. Like not once. They always worked. They always looked sick.
No shit.
Yeah. Yep. It's a good use of what you already have if you're not going to do a full, chopper frame, hardtail, whatever, and,
Yeah.
but you're still trying to slim everything down because otherwise that's just two huge chunks of steel sticking out. You know what I mean? And you're not running a big droopy fender. You're running a little Manta fender. So is that a 6-inch or a 7-inch?
I think it's 6-inch.
6-inch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those fenders. Absolutely love the way those fenders are made.
Yeah. They're hard to beat, you know?
Yeah. They're hard to paint when you don't have like where you have your two holes in it. It's almost impossible. I don't have anything great to like, I need to find something that I can like put through the hole and then it opens up so I can hang it. You know what I mean? But there's no good way to hang with hooks that thing. So the underside of your fender is still the primer with, I got as much clear coat in there as possible to seal it. But
yeah, I only have 2 mounting points on that thing, right?
yeah, from what it seems like, you've
Yeah.
got 2 holes right
I
in a
usually
row.
have some in the side. That makes it easy to hook. But yeah, I just did the down the center, 2 of them.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, you got rigid struts, so it's not a big deal. It should be fine. But yeah, I forget where I was going with that, but yeah,
Yeah, I had to swap out actually today. I swapped out the hardware I was using on those rigid struts. Well, actually, the washers were too big that I had on there. So I had to take the washers off, but then I also wanted to clean and polish the bolts and shit. But as soon as you take one of those fucking things off, the hole doesn't align anymore, and my fucking mind was gonna explode trying to figure out what the geometry is to get the fucking thing to line up again, one
Yeah.
bolt at a time. I had to do it 4 times. So I'm, like, lifting one end, trying to get a bolt in there, and I'm like, "What why is that going the opposite way?" Like, it was fucking stupid and annoying. And then it got to a point where I could get it to thread on, and then as soon as I'd do one twist, it would pop out.
Dude, I
That's
know
the
exactly
most
what you mean.
annoying, dude.
Infuriating. You know what you do when you get that? Go left first. Go left with your bolt. It'll find the grooves and you'll feel it kind of like settle into the grooves, into the threads, then start turning. Trust me, it works. Hydraulic fittings, all that shit. If you're fighting a blind hole and you're trying to get your bolt started and you can't tell if your bolt is straight up and down or not, twist it to the left. And then you'll literally feel the two opposing threads like lock into each other and then start turning to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I ended
that's
up
so
doing
fucking
is
annoying.
I got the car jack out and I put a fucking 3/4 inch wrench on it. And if I had to push up on the fucking strut, I'd pop that wrench on the bottom of it and just jack it up.
Shit.
And if it was the other way, I just put it on the swing arm and just jack that up.
Nice.
But yeah, it got a little sketchy because it was like leaning heavy on that fucking the Jiffy stands on these fucking things suck ass, dude. It's always just about to fall over for some reason.
Yeah, that's a Moco thing. As far as I'm aware, all of the stock Harley motorcycles that I've ever owned, the kickstand's like, I don't think I can park it here. It's gonna fall over.
Yeah, if you move it, like, especially when you're working on it, you're wrenching on something. Like I was putting they're like 1/2 inch bolts or whatever. I'm doing my ooga doogas, and I see the fucking kickstand like pushing back, and I'm like, and the bike's going forward. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude! If I keep on going and I'm not paying attention to that fucking thing, it's just gonna fall over.
Yep, right on top of you. Yeah, fucking
Stupid,
scary shit.
That shit.
Yeah,
but yeah, you guys should all come out and check out my bike. Check out Brandon's bike. Check out Joey Banana's bike. Those dudes went fucking balls to the wall on theirs.
Yeah,
balls to the wall. It's gonna be a great time. I'm gonna be sitting there. We have a setup. I don't know exactly how it's gonna be, but there'll be a setup with my bike, and you can walk around it. And it's people's choice. So if if you want to support your boy, come on out and drop a fucking ticket in my fucking cup. I might win some money.
it's gonna be fun. Come on out. I'll be there. A bunch of the homies will be there. So if you're local, swing on by. It's another excuse to get out. It's not far away. It's out by the beach. So
yeah,
be a good time.
And then the next day on Saturday, you're gonna want to go out to Liar's Bench Brewing in fucking Portsmouth, dude. Muzzy the Wop, our boy. Do you have the date on that or the time that starts?
I can get it.
So yeah, Muzzy's been he does a bike night every weekend during the summer at Liar's Bench Brewing, a brewing company. Yeah, Liar's Bench Brewing Company. Ride-in motorcycle fair, Saturday, 8/22, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Ride-in movie night, after dark. That's fucking cool. Muzzy's a big movie dude.
Mm-hmm.
Did they choose the movie yet?
Not that I can tell, no.
Okay.
Not that I see.
I think it might be the bike riders. Ride-in motorcycle fair. There's going to be a beers pick, a gears pick, a people's choice, vendors, games, prizes, good beer. It's at a brewery, so there's going to be good beer there. I've never had Liar's Bench, but you can't really miss with a fucking, I don't know. I haven't met a beer I don't like. Like, I like other beers more than some beers, but I'll fucking drink whatever, dude.
Yeah. No, it looks like a good time. He's done quite a few bike nights there, and it always looks like a really cool little spot. So I'm going to try. We're trying to find a sitter right now, so me and Kayla can go out there. And
Oh, that'd be dope, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. So hopefully we can make that happen and we'll be there. But even if not, you guys should go check it out. Support Muzzy. Again, there's, those of you who live around here, our season is swiftly closing. So get to the shit that you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got a couple of weeks, dude. And if it's going to be nice on Saturday, the other show, if you're not going to be at Seacoast Bike Night supporting me, if you're not going to be at Liar's Bench Brewing Company supporting Muzzy the Wop, then you're probably going to be at the Deadbeat Retreat all weekend long this weekend up at the Blackthorn Resort in the Catskills in New York. This is the first year that I'm not going in many, many years, and I'm very sad about it. But I'm just thankful that I have too much motorcycle stuff to go to. That's a pretty good problem to have, dude.
Yes, sir.
Like, it would suck if I had to stay home and I was just doing like chores around the house and shit. That would be sad. but I get to go to 2 other events, so that's my consolation prize, but go out to go party at Deadbeat, dude. They have burnouts all weekend long, games, they have a ride, fucking Junior Burke's doing a fucking pool
Pool
party.
party.
Yeah, dude. I think they got a trophy for a belly flop contest this year.
Sick.
Presented by, I guess, Junior, you know?
Yeah.
That was fun
Yep.
when we did it last year.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely get out there. I'm sure the majority of you are. And this will only be the second one that I've missed. So it's, and the first one that I did miss was because it was the same weekend as my anniversary. So
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
yeah, that was 3 years ago. Either way. Yeah. Sad to miss it for sure. We love it. We love that event. We love Steve. We love Deadbeat Customs, all that stuff. It's just not in the cards this year. Glory Days is kind of, we're putting a lot of focus into that. That's far away for us. That's a big one with kids and with work and with school and all that stuff starting back up. That's a big
Now that
ask.
we're
So
actually in the planning phase, like, we actually started talking about logistics today,
yeah,
and I'm like, "This is kind of a big deal
yeah,
to get
for
down there,"
sure.
you know, because the
Yeah,
kids are all back in school, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah,
And it's not like we can leave Friday after work and get there for the weekend party and come home Sunday night. Like, it's the 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 commute there is like a multi-day thing, you know?
yeah. I mean, it's about 12 hours door to door from my house, and like, yes, we could bash that out, but why? You know what I mean? And also, my truck is ailing. We're gonna have both of our bikes in the back. It's just it's not worth it. So hopefully we're gonna be stopping and seeing John Moorhead. I talked to him on the phone, by the way, Rhino. So he's up to
Oh, word.
up to speed with everything. So we'll be more than likely we'll be stopping and staying with him and hanging out for a night, and then we'll all fucking caravan out and yada yada. So really
Maybe we'll
excited for
do a
Glory
live
Days.
podcast from the road.
That would be wild.
Kill some time.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Just ramblings, road ramblings.
Yeah. Me and John
Yeah,
will be in the back seat chugging beers,
there you go. Yeah,
and you
sick.
interview us.
While I'm driving, yeah, sick. Cool.
We'll have you all mic'd up.
Yeah.
We are gonna be doing a live podcast at Glory Days this year. We got a sick ass spot by the tavern. Second level, I think it is. But
Yeah,
we'll have some
mezzanine
signage.
or
You guys
something.
come out and see us. I think we're gonna man that area for a while. So, might do a couple of things there. I don't know. We haven't really talked about it, but we got a lot of time to think about it.
Yep, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
once we know, we'll let everybody else know what day and what time because Glory Days is a multi-day event this year.
Yeah.
So we'll be there on Friday to load in. We both have bikes in the show, and then we're also vending. We'll have a table set up, and we're going to do the podcast at some point that weekend. So,
We have some merch.
oof, fuck. Yeah, I know. I was just talking to somebody about that yesterday. I don't think we have much of anything left, and
We got like nothing left, dude.
yeah, we got very little time, but we could probably
I'd say
get
in fact, we have nothing left.
we
All the shirts are gone, everything.
yeah, I think we should at least do a quickie stickers order or something, so we at least have something to put out before Glory Days because we can do a stickers order, and we have
Yeah,
about 30 days.
we'll get some stickies or some koozies or something. I don't know. We gotta have something.
Something quick, yeah. We aren't going to have a full array of shirts and hats and whatever else, but we suck at that. But give us a break. We have other more important things going on.
Yeah. I've been drawing a lot. I have some cool ideas for some merch. So I'll be putting out some t-shirts. I just gotta get through the next 2 months. I'm gonna be very busy. And then when things cool off in the fall, I really want to put out some cool shit out in the I just been drawing my ass off, which just a quick thing on that. Bunch of dudes were hitting me up about my AI fucking Steamboat Willie fucking characters. Dude, I
Yeah,
drew that fucking shit like 8 years ago for Rhino Resto. That's like my fucking trademark, dude.
yeah,
I don't need AI to draw fucking little cartoons from the 20s. Everybody's so fucking butthurt about AI and shit. It's like they think everything's fucking AI. You know what? In fact, I showed my daughter that. She goes, "Looks like AI." You saw me drawing, girl.
yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know. Shit bums me out because it's like, what is it? It has to be imperfect. I have to make sure it's fucked up in order for you to believe that it's drawn by a human. Like, what? I don't understand. What's the standard? Everybody's automatically. I see shit all the time on Instagram. People just automatically AI, AI.
I saw
Like,
one
why?
today about the fucking party in the Pines.
Yeah,
It's like, hey, dude, not everybody has time or talent to fucking draw something, and not everybody has fucking like he's not putting on a show. It's just like a camp out. You're not
yeah,
gonna spend $500 for an artist to fucking draw. It's like I get it. I'm with you guys. If you're doing like a show, you should draw shit and pay artists. We have used people that have given us stuff for free. Some artists, shout out
mm-hmm.
Earthworm Jim. He gave us
Yep,
everything for Idle Hands and for the Lowlife podcast. We didn't pay him. He was just cool about it. I don't have money to fucking pay people. I draw a lot of the shit. I drew our shit this year. But the hate for the AI art and the AI shit, it's like, dude, relax. Like, you don't have to call it out every time you see it because you see it every fucking day. And you know what I do when I see a fucking obvious AI fucking show or whatever? I don't really look at it. It doesn't really catch my eye. It's not that effective, you know? You know the colors and the fonts that they use, you know what I mean? And you can just tell immediately, like, this is in the AI style. Maybe they don't have the means in this. If it means getting a fucking motorcycle show together, that's awesome. Do it. If you're gonna be a fucking snob about it, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's kind of, I don't know. It's like you said, dude. It kind of bums me out because
yeah. I don't know.
why the hate?
I understand the hate, and I don't want to see AI flyers. I'm certainly not advocating for AI flyers.
I do not like them. No.
I would much rather put something out. None of the flyers that I did for the hardcore show last year were AI. I used fucking Canva or whatever, an app, and I fucking, what do you call it? Fucking cut and paste, not cut and paste, fucking clip arted that shit together, right? And fucking whatever. So the AI shit, I think, is good to give people ideas, people who can't see it in their mind's eye or whatever, and then they take the idea themselves. But there are some people like me, I can draw, but I have no idea how to convert that drawing to digital and fucking PNG and whatever else and colorize it and all that other shit. That is a very daunting task for me. I've tried many times. That is a daunting
It's
task
great
for
for
me.
inspiration too. Like
Right.
we did that with the Idle Hands flyer. It's just like, maybe we should do it like this. Maybe we should do it like
Right.
that. Maybe we should do it like that. Like, and
Yeah.
just instead of conveying like an idea to each other through text in words, you just pop it in chat GPT and be like something like this. So, I mean, you guys listened last week, and sorry if you didn't like that episode. A lot of people did not. I wasn't especially fond of Cove either. We're not going to
Nope.
be doing that again, or maybe we will. But it just
Fuck
goes to
that.
show you guys, you don't have to worry about AI just wiping out all the artists and shit, because the artists are still making a better product.
Yeah.
The AI, like, you're a fucking high school dropout. You're a fucking dumbass, dude. And you can instantly spot an AI flyer. You know what I mean? I'm not talking to you, Dan. I'm talking to
No, I
the
know. I
listenership.
know.
You know, you can immediately, like, my daughter's in fucking like fifth grade, dude. And she's like, that's AI. That's AI. Like, you can just tell it's the uncanny valley or whatever, like you can just
Yeah.
tell that a computer made it because it has no soul. So, yeah, support artists and stuff, but AI is a tool for people to be able to do stuff that they weren't able to do before. So, I'm
My
sick of the hate.
opinion is draw it on a napkin, draw it on a piece of paper. Like that, the flyer that ended up being the hardcore show flyer for Idle Hands last year with the gas tank with the flames. I have a picture of the gas tank of the Sportster that I painted for Rhino with the flames at the back. I traced that on a piece of paper and then drew all the other shit around it. I sent my idea to Rhino and he digitized it, and that's the flyer. Draw it on a piece of paper. It doesn't matter if it looks fucking super professional or not, but do it that way as opposed to AI, because people will not fuck with your shit if you use AI stuff for
Yeah, you're gonna
whatever.
alienate some people, and definitely
Right.
support like artists. If you're doing like t-shirts and shit, like that's a creative endeavor. You should not be putting AI t-shirts out.
Fuck no.
100%.
Fuck
If you
no.
have like if you and your wife are putting on a fucking ride and camp show and neither of you can draw, put out an AI flyer.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
that. Just get it done, man.
If you got to, yeah, if you got to. But
Yeah.
I agree that I would rather see you hand draw something and fucking if it looks goofy and it looks like a third grader drew it. I don't give a shit. I'd rather see that. But if you got to use it, you got to. I am not
Well, and how
personally going to
snobby are
boycott
you
your
going to
shit.
get about the whole fucking thing
Right.
is like, like everybody does digital art now, like it's just way faster, better, and cheaper. Like I grew up drawing and painting and all that shit, and I loved it. I was into the arts, but nowadays it's easier to fucking draw something up. I have like a million different pencils and markers and colorways and shit like that on my fucking Procreate.
Mhm.
Like that's what tattoo artists do, and they use references too. They take fucking pictures off the internet and fucking trace a skull and shit. So
Absolutely.
I just think it's like, don't automatically dismiss shit because it's fucking AI or whatever. Just be realistic about it. Like some people can't draw it. They don't know any artists and they don't have any fucking money. So it is what it is, dude. It's a digital world, bro. But yeah, it's important to support, number one, the fucking shit that's going on. So I guess you can hate on them all day, but like if someone's doing something cool and they have some AI art on their fucking flyer, you might miss out on doing something cool with some really cool people. That's all I'm saying. This actually rolls really nicely into our segment that we were going to do today.
Mm.
The do's and don'ts of choppers. And I thought it would be interesting if we would like pose a question and then get each other's response if it was a do or a don't, right? So let's start with AI art on your motorcycle event flyer. I say don't. If at all possible, make original art and help people in need, starving artists,
Yeah.
help those people. Don't do that. Definitely don't use AI art for merchandise. That's fucking scumbag shit, dude.
Yeah, it's just lame. People don't like that.
Yeah. You should make original art for t-shirts. I mean, if that's your thing too, your lifestyle brand or whatever, you're just going to let a computer poop out a fucking image and you're going to send it to someone else to print it. You haven't done anything creative.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure.
But
and you're just riding coattails.
Yeah, dude. Don't use AI art if you can afford not to, but use AI art if you're doing something that's just free, like a free camp out, and you want to get people stoked on it and you can make something funny. But I would say, yeah, if you have a legit show that you're doing, like you have sponsors and stuff, you can cough up a couple of bucks and get a fucking artist to draw you up something cool, Yeah, so fuck AI. It does suck, but it's good at a lot of things. Like math. It's really good at math.
All right, let's get off of AI. Fuck AI.
Yeah.
It ain't the fucking AI podcast.
You said you had a list. Let's get into the do's and don'ts. This is just a silly idea. Me and Dan are trying to branch out, okay? We don't want to just do what do you pack in your tool roll again? Or this is what I pack when I go camping. So we're going to try to do something different. If you don't like it, that's fine. But if you do like it, that's finer. I'd rather you like it than dislike it. But let's get into your list. The chopper do's and don'ts.
Okay. I wrote these as like a question and answer. So for every do, I have a don't.
We'll alternate. You do one, I'll do one.
Okay. All right. My first do, of course, is it yourself. Duh. Fucking do it yourself as much as possible. Be a well-rounded chopper person.
Yeah. I would say that is one of the most important characteristics of someone that really loves doing this sort of thing, like being a part of whatever's going on, like going to the shows, supporting the vendors, supporting this podcast, like supporting that culture of people that are doing stuff. That's the most important thing. You don't have to have, you can have a fucking black street glide. I don't care. If you go to everything and support people, that's the number one. But do it yourself is a close second. And that's something that is acquired over time. So if you can't do it yourself, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to be telling tales out of school here and say, when I got my first fucking basket case, I fucking whipped that shit together, did all by myself in my garage. Dude, it's a learning adventure. And your skills, the more you do it, the better you get at it. The idea that you should do it yourself, that should be the defining characteristic. That should be the motivator and the thing that gets you to acquire those new skills, Don't say, I don't have a welder, I can't do my hardtail, I didn't do my first 2 hardtails or 3 hardtails, I sent it out to a welder. But then I saved up the money, I got the welder, I did the work, I learned how to weld, and now I weld other people's hardtails for them. So doing it yourself is the end goal. To be able to put together the most amazing chopper that that you can do everything to, that's the goal for me. I want that to be the goal because I'm in it for the craft of it, Like, if you're in it for any other reason than becoming better at building choppers, you're in it for the wrong reason, in my opinion. Like, what else are you getting out of it?
Yeah, other than the homies.
Right. So I love that one. Do it yourself. That's what the Idle Hand show is about. This is what this show is about. And again, don't be disparaged if you can't do it all right now. That's the journey, dude. I can't do it all right now. But when I'm fucking 60, I should be able to.
Yep. Do it yourself as much as possible.
All right.
How do you want to do this? You do a do or you do a don't?
And I'm going to say, I got like different themes, like building, chopper etiquette, like riding. So I'm going to start with like building a bike, and I'm just going to pose a question and you'll say do or don't.
Okay.
All right. Modern LED lights on a vintage bike.
Do. Fuck yeah, do. Absolutely. I like to see at night. I don't give a fuck. You don't have to have your lights on at the bike show.
I like that. I'm a do as well. This one, a lot of people would say do not.
I don't give a fuck. I like to see at night. There are modern equivalents that look great, that look vintage. Prism Supply sells a great headlight. FNA sells multiple great headlights. Christian Newman sells great headlights. If you can't afford them, then you don't have them on your bike and put a fucking upside down triangle on. $45 Bates one. Who gives a fuck? But I want to see at night. I have Prism Supply weld-on bullet taillights on the panhead, and I have a repurposed LED GE fog light as my headlight. LEDs all the way for me.
Okay. Yeah, you've even converted fucking headlights to LED.
Yep. All the time. Yes.
I would say don't mix, though. Don't have like an incandescent bulb on the front and then LED taillights. That looks weird as fuck.
And it'll fuck with your charging system and all that shit. If you don't have the right regulator or I always forget the goddamn name of the fucking whatever it is. The fucking thing.
I forgot
the resistor. Yeah. Resistor. God, yeah. You gotta have the right resistor and yeah. No, if you convert to LED, convert everything to LED, and honestly, you're better off. Yep.
All right, what do you got next?
All right, my next one is I'll do this. I'll do the do and then the don't. This is how I wrote mine.
Okay.
All right. So
you wrote it like you're giving. Okay, I see what you're saying.
I wrote it like here's a do. Like I wrote the first one, for example, it would have been do it yourself. Don't listen to unwanted criticism and suggestions from people whose ideas you don't want to fucking hear. Because you'll find out when you start building bikes, everybody and their fucking sister used to have a chopper, and you should do it that. No, you shouldn't use purple, man. Purple's a girl color. You shouldn't do it that way. You should cut the fucking sidecar loops off, and you should da-da-da. Don't listen to that shit. Build what the fuck you want to build. Fuck what's cool. Fuck anything. Like, whatever.
Dude, you know what happens if someone gives me a suggestion? Like, it better be from someone that I respect, and it better be how to do something like safer or easier, Like, it should not be, if it's an aesthetic thing, like that, like fuck off,
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
especially like with bike colors and shit like that. I don't know where these people come from. I haven't encountered a lot of them, but
Mm, I
most
have.
people are just like, you have.
Yeah, man, local people. Fuck yeah, absolutely. Sense the
Fuck
gypsy
yeah.
witch. Yeah. That's why I said don't do purple. Purple's a girl's color. That's what somebody told me when I was
That's fucking
building
stupid,
their
dude.
gypsy
Purple's
witch. Yeah.
sick, dude. It's the color of royalty.
Yeah, purple's one of my favorite colors. Black
Yeah,
and
it's
purple's
great.
fucking dope.
Looks
But
good on a bike too.
so that's how I wrote them. It was basically like a do and then a don't.
All right,
So
I'll try to phrase them like that then.
you don't have to. I
I
kind
can.
of like that we have two little dynamics going. I don't care.
Well, I don't know.
All
I'll
right.
say because I'll do one now.
Okay, go ahead.
I can do a do or don't, and then you can respond to it like that.
Cool. Yeah, I like it.
Guys, this is how the sausage is made. Me and Dan talked probably, I don't know, 4 hours ago, and we're like, what are we going to do for an episode tonight?
Yeah, literally.
I don't know. I just like hanging out with you, bruh.
Fucking right.
Dude. Internal wiring at the expense of serviceability.
I agree if you're building a show bike. And by that, I mean a bike that you're going to baby and it's going to be a princess and you're going to wash it and polish it all the time and you're not going to munch miles with it and it's not going to be your daily rider or whatever, then I say yes. Because if you do use it as a daily rider, if it is an old bike, specifically an old chopper, it is eventually going to eat your wires that are internally run regardless. So you can do it as good as you want. Eventually, at some point, you're going to have a problem. It's going to get yanked somewhere. It's going to get chafed. It's going to get cut through. And then you have to chase it and find it. And the same deal with making all your wires the same color. I get it's an aesthetic thing, but it depends. Are you gonna work on it on the side of the fucking road, or when the headlights go out, are you gonna call AAA?
Yeah.
You know?
I think, I don't know. It's been my experience that, especially with choppers, so like the longest running wires you have are typically like your front and back.
Mhm.
Everything else is
Headlight,
pretty much
taillight.
centralized,
Yep.
So like you're running your headlight down the backbone and there's always like an available hole to stick it in before you like plug it up.
Mhm.
So it just makes sense to do it that way. And I think that like having that added, it's surrounded by steel. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Right.
out in the elements. It's not going to get yanked. And I also solder everything together. So if you like, I design all my wiring with the little curls at the end. So I do have a little bit. It doesn't, if you do yank it, it's not going to snap off, but it also gives you a little extra. So if you do have to pull it through, you can pull it through and you can actually reroute it on the outside. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yep. You
'Cause
gotta
have
have
extra wiring.
you got to have strain relief for sure, because if it breaks out of your connector or your headlight, you know what I mean, you have enough that you can cut it, you can splice a new end on there, and then you can put
On
it back
the,
on
you
and
know
go.
how I'd never done the two tail lights like I did this time. I had to run them. I ran them in obviously because the wire's already in there because the fucking light's in the tube. I had to drill a bunch of holes to have it pop from here to there to there to there to get all the way back up. But
Yep.
there's a lot of
That's
wires hanging out of that thing yesterday. But
yeah,
yeah, just doing good wiring. I'm a huge proponent of inside. It just looks so much better than having like a loom zip tied to your thing.
for sure.
But I don't think it looks bad either. Like and like you said, for show bikes, I think you should take that extra time to do it. If you're just fucking leaving the tank rusty and fucking whatever, like don't even bother.
Right. Exactly. I actually it's not cute by any means, but I actually found rubber hydraulic line, like low pressure hydraulic line, and when I built Boot Boy, when I ran it up the neck, I actually ran all of the wires that went up to the coil, that went up to the headlight, all that other shit, everything else up there. I ran it through this hydraulic line. This shit's like 1/4 inch thick, like neoprene, super strong rubber. Like that shit is never going to rub through. So if it's one of those things where it's like, I want this thing to be bulletproof on the road, you got to do shit like that. Use industrial shit, use heavy duty shit. And it ain't going to be pretty necessarily, but Do you want it to last forever? Or do you want it to look pretty? There's nothing wrong with running your wires down your backbone. You just have to watch where your wires go into your backbone. If they're doing this weird 180-degree thing, if they're rubbing up on the inside of it, you got to like bevel it out, smooth it out, make sure you don't have any burrs on the inside. You know what I mean? Because eventually it's just going to wear through, and then you're going to get green mashed potatoes, and your shit's
you
not going to
go in
work.
at the angle opposite to where it's going in, you know, and then you have to you do the what's the fucking little tool? Deburr tool, you know?
Right. Yep. Yeah, get a countersink or something in there, deburr your shit so that.
Yeah, Dremel tools are great for that. I actually just picked up I burnt out I've had this Harbor Freight Dremel for fucking like 15 years, dude. Finally burnt out. Got a new one. I didn't even know it's wireless, dude. You just charge it up.
The Bauer
one or whatever.
Yeah, I have it.
Comes in a nice little fucking pouch, dude. I've been fucking putting that thing to work, bro. That thing's sick.
Yeah, that thing works really good.
$30 inside track this weekend. $30.
I was gonna say I think I paid like 50 for it.
Yeah,
maybe even more.
Yeah. Inside track, guys. Do get Harbor Freight inside track.
Yeah, for sure.
It pays for itself, dude. I swear to God. $30 a year. You get all the coupons, all the free gifts, and you'll save $30 on your first trip for sure if you're buying a bunch of shit.
Absolutely.
I just stocked up on motherfucking 9mm nitrile gloves, dude. They were $8 a box, bitch.
No shit.
$8. Fucking A, dude.
That's so ridiculous for disposable gloves.
I use them all constantly, though.
Same. All right. Ready for another one?
We're ready.
All right. Do bring something to the table. Do not chase clout, followers, and ride coattails. So what I mean by bring something to the table is don't just be a casual observer if you want to be into this shit. Be somebody who builds bikes. Be somebody who paints pinstripes or welds or makes seats or draws or colors pretty pictures of people's bikes or something. Takes photos. You know what I mean? Get into the media side of your chopper scene or whatever. Don't just be somebody who's going to pass through like a fucking crop dust and, you know what I mean? Talk shit the whole time and fucking blah, 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 but not do anything about it. And don't latch on to people with big names on Instagram because they're popular and famous and maybe someday I'll be like them. And who cares?
I like that one. It's something I've been saying forever. Like probably the first time I was on this show way back in the day with Loctite and Grease was it's a subculture. And if you're not a part of it, you know, you don't really know what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? But once you contribute, you're part of it. That's the thing is you're not really part of it if you're you're just a hang around. If you go to shows, go to the swap meets or whatever. When you start building bikes that are featured in shows, when you start offering a service like vapor honing was it for me, which really got me into the community. And like, then you start meeting people, then you're useful too. You know what I mean? Like you have a skill set and you have a service that you can offer. Or like if you do leather goods or you make like jewelry and shit and you make like push rod covers and shit, whatever, you know, like cool little shit, do something to contribute, you know, like this community and this fucking culture gives so much to you. Give back, you know? So I like and you might not know what it is exactly yet, but like find your way in it and find a way to give back. Like maybe you're the parts guy. Maybe you go and get a bunch of parts. You're at all the swap meets. You have the cool shopper parts, you know, like we need more of that. That's the thing. It's not just like, if you don't do that, you're a scumbag. If you don't do that, the culture dies because you have to be actively engaged participant in it, you know? I really like that one. And I also like, dude, if you give a fuck about followers or Instagram or any of that bullshit, you're a fucking loser. The one thing I cannot stand is fucking, and I hope none of you think I'm an influencer at all. No, and if you ever call me an Instagram influencer, I'll fucking, I'll go hands on, bro. But if you do stupid shit on the internet to get like likes and follows and stuff, you're a pathetic loser, dude. You think I look at how many likes I get? You think I give a fuck Every time I post something, Instagram goes, "This looks like something that might get you taken down. Would you like to proceed?" Yes.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck, dude. Take me off Instagram. I beg you. But yeah, don't shit like that is so transparent, so easy to see through, and like it's like, okay, you're in it for the wrong reason. And the thing that pisses me off about it is like, well, I fucking care about this thing that you're bastardizing for fucking sponsorship from some fucking water company or whatever the fuck that it is, you know? It's just gross to me. It's like you're a sellout. Speaking of sellouts, if anybody would like to sponsor the Idle Hand Show, please get at I know at the lowlifepodcast.com. We are begging for money.
Yeah.
But at least we're begging for money for a show, not for myself. You know what I mean?
Right. No, fuck no. We don't see any of that money.
Yeah, how much money have we enriched ourselves with this show?
I'm still rubbing pennies together, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, I like that one. Do become part of the cult. You know, make yourself, you know, like learn a skill, dude. Do something that nobody else is doing in your area, you know? Like learn how to you know what would be nice? More upholsterers.
Yeah,
I need a seat guy.
Yeah. Not that there aren't great seat people out there right now. You know, there's a bunch. Moonrider, she's incredible. You got Butts and River and
Black Stitch Label.
There's a ton of killer River Seat Company. If I didn't say them, there's a ton of killer
Counterbalance.
Thank you. I was just gonna say Wes. Ton of great upholsterers out there that all command a reasonable amount of money to have a seat made by them. You know what I mean? So it would be cool to see some people who pop up that are wrapping seats, you know, on the cheap and learning. You know what I mean? I'd like
more hard parts too. You know, like if you're good with you got a CNC and a welder. Like how about some dude? We're starving for Frisco mids. Okay, we're literally starving to death. We need Frisco mids. There's huge holes in the chopper world where you could make hard parts and make a good living at it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people do stuff like, you know, they do a little bit of everything, like Beck Built Fabs. You know, that motherfucker can do anything. Just focus on one thing. Just put out one cool product, you know? Like, this is my gas tank that solves a problem. You know, this is my mud flap. I don't give a fuck what it is, but yeah, make stuff, dude. Be creative, solve problems, make stuff, and be part of the community. Don't just stand idly by, you know, like, because that goes away. You know what I mean? Like you go to the show that weekend, and then that feeling is gone until you go to the next show. But if you're part of it, it's every day. You're making stuff in your garage every day. You know, you're talking to people every single day, and it becomes a part of your life. So it's not about being cool. It's about just like enriching your life with this wonderful thing that we have, you know? Like, it's just the coolest fucking thing to be a part of. I'm so grateful every fucking day, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. You saying that kind of drove it home. I think I have a conversation with at least one person every single day that's chopper related. Every single day, whether intentional or not, you know what I mean? I don't just mean in a podcast sense. Like it just comes up and I'm having a conversation, whether it's Repetto or you or, you know what I mean? Somebody having a conversation every single day about shit. So yeah, it does. Like you just stick around long enough and
infuse yourself into it, you know, like, and then it's like a big blob, you know, like, hey, remember that old 80s movie, The Blob? Dude, and you get like sucked into it and then you become like part of the blob, you know? That's what we are. We're a big fucking gelatinous pink blob, and you want to become a part of it. You're like you're part of that fucking thing. It's so rewarding, you know. I'm so thankful that we have this podcast and our show, and like all the, you know, your paint work, and like when I was doing vapor honing, or it's so enriching in your life to do that. It's like the thing that you love, you get to do every single day. Yeah, sure. There's days where I'm like this week has been really fucking rough. I just told you I was pissing blood like 3 days ago, but now I feel great. I feel invigorated, and I love talking to you guys, you know, and it gets me excited, you know, keeps me going, keeps me young. Dan just gave me a compliment before we started rolling. He said, I'm wasting away to nothing.
You are, dude. You're getting skinny mini, bro.
I'll tell you what. At the beginning of this year, I comfortably fit into a 3X.
Mm.
And now I'm wearing larges. This is a
Holy
large.
fucking A.
I lost 100 pounds.
You've already lost 100 pounds this year?
I lost 100 pounds this year since January.
Fucking A, bro. Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
That was huge, dude. I had so many like health problems and shit that were starting to get like bad. You know what I mean? Like once you're as old, like I'm getting older and you can't be carrying all that around with you, So like cutting out beer, like yeah, you guys will see me drinking beer at the function or whatever, but I do not drink beer during the week. And I cut way back on my drinking. I still drink, but not like all the fucking time, and all night long. And eating was a big thing too. I used to think I ate pretty healthy until you like assess your diet and what you're actually eating. And then you're just like, holy shit, dude. And then just being active and stuff, like for me, it was like I just got into this spiral, dude, and I was just ballooning up and I'd never been that big. And I was just disgusted with myself. So hopefully this is inspiring to some people. I don't know. Maybe it's depressing, but I feel so much better. Dude, I don't even snore in my sleep that much anymore. Like it was unbearable to sleep in the same room as me a year ago.
Yeah.
And now I don't even use my CPAP.
That's awesome, dude. Something to be said for that, dude.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
I had all these fucking, I had all these cool shirts and shit that I bought that I could never fit in because I was just ballooning up.
Yeah.
And now I got like a whole new wardrobe.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. But I still do have a lot of like XL t-shirt. Like Dan saw me the other day and I was on like an XL and I was swimming in it,
Yeah. It looked like you were wearing your daddy's shirt or something. But yeah, you got to change your fucking, your size preference on MC Shop tees.
Yeah, I do.
Start getting them fucking mediums. I'm going to start giving you mediums.
I'm not a medium yet. I'm still a large. I'm a big dude. Just like I've always been like kind of broader and bigger, like I've never been thin in my entire life. I'm big boned. You touch me, I'm solid, dude. Solid granite, bro. You're going to feel a little bit of skin and then bone. My arm bones are like that, about the size of my urethra. They're growing big up here in New Hampshire, dude. All right. Did you go? You just went.
I have no idea, dude.
Okay. I'm going to go. I got a couple more that I really want to get to.
Do it.
All right. Do give your chopper a name.
Yeah, I like naming your chopper. Yeah, for sure.
Never been a chopper naming guy until very, very recently. You always have been.
Mm-hmm.
You've always had that and you've stuck to it. You never like the purple bike or the fucking this bike or whatever. You always had a name for it.
Yeah.
Before it was even done.
Yeah.
And I really did like that because I never did name my bikes. But I'm going to actually start with my shovel head.
Do you want to tell us what you're calling? Are you?
Yeah, I am.
Sick. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was hoping to have it done for Idle Hands 1. It'll definitely be done in Rideable by Idle Hands 2.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I did that one. That was the inspiration for getting that and building it the way that I did. So, so hopefully that license plate, I'm a big vanity plate guy. So hopefully that vanity plate isn't taken.
In New Hampshire, you only get 4 characters on a Massachusetts. Just idle, yeah.
Or IHS or I hands. What do you get in New Hampshire? Is it 6? Do you get?
I think it's 4. I think it's only
4.
Yeah, it's only 4. IHCS, Idle Hands Chopper Show. Something like that. Or dash IH dash or something like that.
I might just do 666.
Yeah. I would assume that's already been taken on a motorcycle.
They probably won't even give it to you.
Yeah, they're really fucking uppity about that. Yeah. But you can check online.
Puritan culture.
Yeah. You can check online on the .gov website or whatever. You can type shit in and it'll tell you if it's taken already.
Yeah.
Yep.
I usually get Rhino on everything I own.
I've never done a vanity plate. I usually get a veteran plate because cops tend to fuck with veteran plates less. So
you can't get a veteran and vanity.
You can, but you already have to pay $50 to get a veteran plate. So
that's
it's
fucked up. Don't charge veterans $50 to get a veteran's plate.
Dude, I remember the first time I did it, I was like, okay, I got to pay $50 extra more than I would for a regular license
getting
plate.
A state park plate or a vanity plate.
Yeah, no, you have to pay more than you would getting any of that shit. And then to get it vanity is another $40 or whatever. Yeah, I forget exactly what it is. And it's like you got to wait like 6 weeks or some shit for it to get printed at the jail and whatever. So I've never done vanity. I just get a generic. I don't know. I also don't like to be too recognizable in a vehicle. Not that a chopper counts, because obviously it's a fucking pretty recognizable vehicle already. But
do they have vanity motorcycle plates?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, veteran
plates. Yeah.
Vanity or veteran. Okay, they do.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I have a vet plate on my bikes.
You do? Okay.
And knock on wood, it's served its purpose well.
If you registered my car and got a veteran plate on it, is that considered stolen valor? If I'm only using it to get pulled over less or to get more lenient sentencing when
you won't get any lenient,
pull me over for drunk driving.
No, they'll say, why are you driving your friend's car? It'll be registered to me. You'll be driving a car that isn't yours. So
we were deployed together.
You would have to have a way to prove. You'd have to have either a DD-214 or you have to have a little veteran identifier on your license or something like that to prove.
I just tell them that I got honorably discharged and I have a Purple Heart.
Just because they can look that up. That's the thing. I
have the PTSDs from being a war hero.
Just because you're in a car with a vet tag doesn't mean that you're a vet. So no, there's no stolen valor. You could just be driving. But if you want to give me your Audi and then I'll register it in my name, sure, you can borrow it from Monday to Friday, but I'm going to need it on the weekends. That thing's fucking sick.
Yeah. I want to chop that this winter too. I have some ideas for that.
Come on. Your Audi?
I want to do some gross shit to it.
You're gross.
All right. You just did one. I'm going to do. Oh, wait. No, I just did one. The chopper name and then. It's on you, Dan.
It's on me.
Give me another do or don't.
All right. I'll do this one because it's pertinent. We've already kind of touched on some of this shit. Do build with breakdowns in mind. Do not build a strictly trailered bike. And here is my rationale for this, right? It is the first thing in a Facebook Marketplace ad, other than the price, that you look for when you are looking for a motorcycle is, does it or does it not run? If you're going to purchase this motorcycle from some fucking redneck on Facebook Marketplace and the first thing you're concerned with is whether or not it runs, why isn't that the standard for a motorcycle show? If you're going to bring your bike to that, it should fucking run, right? So that's my rationale as far as that's concerned. If you're going to bring a bike to be displayed as a motorcycle, not for nothing, the only thing that I've ever seen that it didn't tick this box, but would have for me, if Fish had gutted the Triumph and the Shovelhead, and those things were empty, but they were all one assembly on the outside, and he put them in an actual museum like he did for 3 months or whatever it was, but those were empty cases, that I would understand because of oil, because of fumes, because of chemicals. You know what I mean? Whatever. And that is literally being displayed as a piece of art. It is not necessarily, it's a motorcycle, but nobody's going in there and going, does it run? Because it's in a fucking museum. But if you bring it to a bike show, I think it should fucking run. So that's my opinion. I think
it's definitely something different between your bike doesn't run right now because you couldn't get it to run or it stopped running, and not having pistons in it.
Right. Exactly. Don't bring it. That's
stake a running bike for a show. If your bike doesn't run because you've exhausted all your fucking avenues and it's time to go to the show, I think you should still bring, like Glory Days, for example. If I work my ass off and I get that fucking thing 99.9% done and I just can't get the fucking thing to kick over, what am I going to tell Kurt? Sorry, one less bike? Or should I bring it to the show? I don't know. You guys tell me.
No, we'll bump start it in the parking lot and you can ride it in, and it ran. That's the thing. You have to it has to be able to run, whether you have to bump start it or not. It has to be a complete assembly is more what I mean. You know what I mean? Not the fucking rear brake caliper doesn't have pads in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it has to be
because
complete, 100%.
You didn't fucking manage your time well enough. If you couldn't put brake pads in your fucking
It can't
caliper.
be missing parts.
Right. That's what I mean. Build a strictly trailered bike. Like you couldn't physically
don't do that.
If this place lit on fire, you couldn't start that bike and ride it out.
I've seen that at like Laconia. You know, they've had like chopper shows and they don't even have like the fuel plumbed in to the carburetor type of shit. And it's like
I've seen no carburetor. No fucking carburetor. No fuel line off the tank. No fucking like, dude. That's again in a museum. If I saw it at, you know, the Motorcyclepedia Museum or something, I would understand that. It should be unladen because it's going to sit there for fucking years and years. It should be prepped for storage. You know what I mean? And whatever.
Yeah.
I get that. But not if you're bringing it to your local motorcycle show.
So
I don't know.
I actually had a couple that are all fall under that same category. So, you know, like trailer to the show, riding without tools.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a second. I don't know if I've shared this. I got the hiccups. Do you guys want to know a 100% infallible way to get rid of your hiccups and you don't have to hold your breath? You don't have to eat a spoonful of sugar. You don't have to stand on your head. You don't have to chant weird shit. Do you want to know?
What do you do? Yeah. What do you do?
This changed my life. I've been doing this for about 2 months now. And I've been meaning to bring it up, but I haven't had hiccups until like right now. All right. Listen up. Typically, I would hold my breath for like 2 minutes and like chug water or something. And I'm talking like bad hiccups. This is what you do. It's so simple and it works 100% of the time. You get the hiccups. You go like this. D, na.
I think I saw this.
Ka, na. If you guys see me hiccup for the rest of the show, now that I've done that, I'll eat this hat. Dude, it's fucking unreal.
I think I've seen a video about that. Knock on wood, I don't really get hiccups very often for some reason, but my kids get them all the time. So what is it? DNCA, right?
D.
Yeah.
Ka.
D. Okay.
Na.
Okay. All right.
And if you do that, you can do it a bunch of times, just like kind of chanting it. Sometimes you get it on the first like try. Sometimes you just have to just do it like 3-4 times. But you just do that. You're not holding your breath. You're not punching yourself in the gut. You're not fucking trying to scare someone.
Mm-hmm.
It works so effectively. Dude, I've done everything, dude. Like spoonful of sugar with it, chug a glass of water with a fork on it, touching your forehead, like fucking crazy shit. DDD, ka, na. They're gone.
Cool.
Guys, try it out. And tell me what you fucking think. Because for me, dude, and my kids get the hiccups too. Mm-hmm. And I have them do it and gone. They used to fucking almost cry because they couldn't get rid of their hiccups. I'm like, just hold your breath for a minute and a half. They're like passing out.
Yeah.
Like, it's so easy, dude.
That's good to know. I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so I said I had one like trailer to the show, riding without tools, riding questionable bikes because it'll probably make it, taking freshly finished show bike on a long trip. I say do all this stuff, okay? If you have to trailer to the show, here's the thing. Yes, if you can ride there, that's way cooler, you know, and take those long trips. But realistically, you have jobs, you have dudes that have to work on fucking Saturday mornings and shit. Dude, I don't give a fuck if you trailered there or if you took your Subaru there. Get to the show any way that you have to. Like fucking Rainconia, dude. We had the Bronado and the dudes that showed up at the show, not everybody rode, you know, because there was a fucking tornado. But the dudes that showed up were all sick and we had an awesome time. Don't miss out on it because you don't ride. That's the thing. Ride next time, you know? But I will also say, do ride your chopper in the rain.
Definitely.
You should, that should not be the deterrent for you going somewhere if it's not going to be nice, because you learn some very valuable skills. Because if you ride a lot, you're going to get caught in the rain at some point. And if it's your first time, you want to have a little bit of practice. You know what I mean? So ride in the rain. If you're just going out to a show or whatever, and there's a little bit of rain or whatever, make that trip. You're going to get a little wet. It's a little bit uncomfortable. It's a little bit fucking dangerous, like, especially if you got like bald ass tires and shit, or you can't see that well, but you'll get the right equipment, like for me, like a bubble shield, 3/4, that's what I wear in the rain. Don't bother with the rain gear unless you're going on a like hours long trip. Like if you're just going like anything under an hour, just wear what you'd regular wear. You don't have to get all geared up for that shit. The rain gear sucks anyways, dude. Unless you really invest in some nice stuff, you're going to get wet. So fuck it. Just get wet. Ride in the rain. It's going to be cold. When you show up at the place, chug a couple of beers, pat yourself on the back. You're a fucking real man. You're a real fucking woman.
Yeah.
Do it, though.
I agree. I think it's important that you should know how to do it, especially because if you get caught in the rain when you're riding with other people, you don't put them at risk. You know what I mean? Because you don't know what you're doing. And I'm not at all going to sit here and say if you wake up Saturday morning of the show, that shows the show's in the afternoon, and it's a fucking 100% chance of deluge fucking monsoon rain all fucking day long, and it's going to be 47 fucking degrees or whatever. Fuck that. But go in your truck.
Go in your truck. Yeah.
Go in your truck. Go fucking buy some shit from the vendors. Go
Dude,
buy some shit from the food trucks.
When you show up, nobody's going to be sitting out in the parking lot pointing at you like Nelson from The Simpsons being like, ha ha, look who took his truck. Just come to the show. We're happy to see you.
Trust me, as people who put on events and swap meets and shows and whatever else, we would absolutely much, much rather you show up and be there and support, be a ticket sale, be somebody buy from the vendors and all that other stuff. Like,
just hang out. It
is what it is. It doesn't make our
to not see you.
Right. It doesn't make successful or whatever if everybody shows up on bikes as opposed to people showing up in cars. It doesn't matter. We just want you to show up and partake in it. You know what I mean?
So there's no shame in taking a cage, dude. Just show up at the show. That's what people actually care about. Because if you're putting on a show and nobody shows up for it because it rains, dude, that sucks. We've been there. We've done those shows where it gets rained out,
Yeah, and it's tough.
It sucks because it's like so-and-so didn't show up probably because they wanted to ride their bike. And I get it. But what else do you have? You're planning on coming to the show. What else do you have to do? You might as well just show up in your fucking Subaru Outback, dude. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody's even going to see you park it. Just roll up and be like wearing a fucking vest.
Just don't worry about that shit.
Don't worry about it.
Show up and support. Trust me, people will appreciate your support more
it's
than
the most important
your absence.
Thing.
Yeah, exactly.
The absence too, by the way, people in having put on shows, you remember who didn't come to your show. Yeah. You know what I mean? And when you're like, we have a lot of friends and acquaintances through this show and whatever. And some people will hit us up and be like, dude, I can't come. I got a wedding. I can't come because I'm sick or whatever the fucking reason is. You don't have to do that either. Just like if you don't show up, it's not your job. You don't have to make an excuse. You know what I mean? Just make it if you can make it in any way that you can get there. And if you can't make it for a legitimate reason, if you're a stand-up guy, you don't have to explain it to us. You know what I mean? I do appreciate that sometimes, though. We got some really good Patreons and some really good friends of the Lowlife podcast that they're really bummed when they can't come out to our shit, or a show that we're going to be at, So, all right.
For sure.
So that's enough of that one. Just make sure you show up. That's the most important thing.
I agree. I had that one on here somewhere as well.
Yeah, I had one here making fun of someone wearing gear, making fun of someone trailering. If you're making fun of people that are showing up to this shit, fuck off, dude.
Yeah.
You're not part of it. Dude, I know the baddest motherfuckers in this game, dude. They don't make fun of people. We're not snickering behind anybody's back. Everybody, it's all love, dude. They're just like, show up, have a great time. Everybody loves fucking motorcycles and choppers and fucking whatever. Like, dude, nobody's doing that. And if they are, point them out to me, dude. I'll tell them to fucking pound sand, dude. You don't get to making fun of someone for wearing gear or for trailering your bike. If it's your buddy, go for it, dude. You know what I
Right.
mean? If it's your
Yeah.
buddy, but not you're not making fun of strangers. It's not that
No.
kind of fucking place, dude. And if it
Well,
is, I guarantee it's a boomer.
This isn't fucking high school.
Yeah, we're not making fun of people. We're just happy that you're into the same fucking weird shit we're into.
Yep, I agree.
All right. You got another one, Danny?
Yeah, I got one. Have a build plan. Do have a build plan. Do not get married to the build plan. The build plan is going to change, but you got to have something. I've done it where I just went willy-nilly. There have been a couple times like on the site, I changed the front end as I was building it. I changed the wheels as I was building it. I added shit after the fact, blah, 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 different bars. You have to do a lot of backstepping when you do that shit. So if you have a plan, you got to have a plan. As we've talked about in the how-to chopper videos and stuff, you got to have a certain order of things done before you can really like final weld and final fucking body work
You
for
have to
paint
have
and shit.
at the very least a loose plan on what you're
Yeah.
trying to achieve.
Right.
Because if you're just like, I just want a chopper, it's like, all right, well, these are all very expensive things to backpedal on. You know, like
Right.
if you're buying a front end, that's an expensive purchase to make. So make sure you buy the right one the first time. And I've done this. I've swapped out my other shovel head. I had fucking 6 front ends on it, you know? And I finally settled on one and I liked it. But yeah, have a loose plan about and sometimes it's you get a front end and you build the rest of the bike around that. You know what I mean? And you're like, this is the plan. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z to get this look. You know, like with my slab side, I knew I wanted Springer front end. Well, at first I wanted I had a girder front end, but then Danny, this gift was dropped in my lap, and I got the Bone Orchard fucking Springer, and then I was like, all right, I'm definitely raking it. I'm definitely going 18-inch rear, and it's going to be fucking, I'm going to have to extend my lift. And that was the stance of the bike that I went with. And I definitely knew that I was doing like a devil motif thing because it's idle hands, you know, but have a loose plan and then give yourself enough freedom also to just be able to try weird shit while you're doing it.
Yeah. You're going to have ideas. You're going to be out there dealing with this machine for so long and trying to make things fit and whatever else that just intuitively you're going to be like, man, what if I did that? Would that work? You know, and give yourself some room to do that because those things may end up scuttling around some of what you thought were your hard and fast details. But if you can, you know, just roll with it a little bit, you can come up with some cool shit. So have a plan, but don't be married to the plan.
All right. I got one. Don't drink while you're building stuff. All right. So here's the thing. You guys know I like to indulge from time to time with libations, and especially in the garage. But what I found is if you start drinking, you're alone in your garage and you're listening to badass music. There's a lot of sitting around time. There's a lot of planning time. And the more you drink, the worse you are at measuring shit, the worse decision making you're doing. Your welding is going to be fucking dog shit. So I don't drink while I'm building. I drink garage night, something like that. You know, I'll drink socially. That's fine. But if you're alone in your garage and you're drinking and getting high, you're going to get fucked up and do some fucked up shit that you're going to have to undo. So I'm all about sobriety while building. What say you, Dan? I think drinking's worse than smoking, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I've had some good ideas with both. I think it depends. Drinking, yeah, I agree. You're definitely more likely to.
Your motor skills.
I was more likely when I was drinking to say fuck it on something that sober I would have otherwise paid more attention to. I like being high and working on shit. I like being high to do tape outs for paint jobs. It just makes everything flow better. The ideas come a little bit easier, I think. And then the same thing when I'm doing like light fabrication shit. If I was doing a straight up hardtail or if I was building my own frame or something like that, yeah, I'd be sober for that. But if I'm just welding on a tab to put my fucking key switch for my ignition, Yeah, I'm gonna get high, and then I'm gonna go, where can I hide this?
And I think being high is different. I think that could definitely help. Beer definitely doesn't help, or
No,
booze definitely doesn't help. I
no.
mean, when you're doing it by yourself in your garage, if you're hanging out and shit, you better believe I'm fucking popping a few. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, like, I used to go into the garage and that's what I was doing. I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna be in here for fucking 6 hours. I drink like 12 beers, and you get sloppy as fuck, dude. And you're not doing anything well. So I would say, you know, keep it to a minimum. It's okay to have a beer or two in the garage. That's only natural, but don't get drunk and then start welding shit onto your bike that's structural, or, and also you're going to get fucking sucked in. You're going to be just sitting there for like 30 minutes trying to find the perfect song on fucking Spotify, and you're not going to get anything done. When it's time for me personally, when it's time to work, I go to work, dude. And I go from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. There's no time for fucking sipping beers and shit. That's when you grind in. But I would say, yeah, lay off the heavy beers. Do the doing things beers. Light beers are fine. Don't be going in there and crushing a fucking 6-pack, a 4-pack of IPA. You're gonna get fucking sloppy. This is coming from a bona fide, lifelong alcoholic. Okay.
Yeah. All right. My turn. We doing one more?
Yeah. Let's do one more each.
One more each. All right. My last one is going to be take tons of pictures and videos and label shit when you are disassembling or working on your bike. Use cardboard bolt fucking layouts, whatever, so you know exactly which bolt went where. A lot of these times in your primary side, bolts are different sizes, different lengths, whatever. And to follow that up, don't just throw all your shit into a fucking cardboard box and fucking pray. Label your shit. Put your fucking when you get a bike, when you get your donor bike, you soon to be or current idle hands builders this is your first time. Before you fucking do anything, I hope you took a shitload of pictures. You know what I mean? And some of you, it's not going to matter if you're doing a hardtail, you're going to have to respace the rear end anyways. But things like spacers, things like engine mounts, engine mount shims, things of that nature. If you're going to use the engine cradle and you pull off your panhead and it's got a little fucking shim in the front, you should probably pay attention to that and keep that fucking thing there. You know what I mean? And all your little parts, all your little hardware, all your little this, your little that. Take photos, take videos like really slow. Just put your phone on video and just walk around the bike like a bunch of times. Get every fucking angle. Because when you put it together, you can be like, fuck, where did that oil line go? Did that go from here to here? I can't tell from this angle in this picture. You're going to wish you took one more angle from here. You know what I mean? Just get all that shit. It's going to help you in the long run.
That's definitely great advice that I do not do. I rip everything apart. I throw everything in a pile. I throw shit out. Dude, you're going to be, when you come up here and you see what I've been working in, you're going to be appalled, dude. You're going to be disgusted. I'm working on a fucking, it's just on a kickstand now because I got everything in. Frame's been painted. Everything's been plumbed and wired. But dude, all my tools, just like shop rags all over the ground. There's like .4 fucking brake fluid with a rag stuffed in the top because I misplaced the fucking cap. It's just like tipped over on its side. There's stains everywhere. It looks like a tornado came through my garage and didn't touch the bike. It just like took everything. It's fucking disgusting. I still have shit from idle hands. I have like paint from the building the fucking archway and shit still up. It's a goddamn embarrassment, dude. I'm embarrassed to have you over. It's so bad. Don't be. But I actually took a video of it today because I was walking around the bike and I was just like, this is what it looks like when I get into a project and I can't stop. Every tool I have, dude, every socket, every ratchet, every wrench, every Torx bit, everything I've used is just on the ground around the bike. Yeah, there's not a Ziploc bag in fucking sight. Nothing's in bags. It's just a fucking shit show, dude. And the weirdest part is I got this like fucking superpower where in my brain, I don't remember like what certain words mean now. And I can't like, sometimes I forget like when I'm going to the store to pick up like Diet Coke and shit. But I'll remember that 3 years ago, I had this bolt, and it's exactly 1.5 inches long, and it's stainless steel, and it's right next to this other part, like this brass fucking bearing or whatever that I had, and I'll know exactly where it is in a bin. And I'll open up the bin and I'll dig to the bottom and I'll be like, there's the bolt and there's that little shim. And it's so fucking weird, dude. I've been doing that for weeks now where I'm just like, oh yeah, I got that part. I know I have the part and I know exactly where it is. My entire garage, dude, is just a pile of bullshit, dude. You've never seen it like this. I guarantee you, Dan.
No, your shop is always very, very, very clean. But I get
shit like on the pellet stove, just like stacked up, like clothing, stuff that shouldn't even be in a garage, dude.
I get it, dude. I totally fucking get it. I know how that gets, man. Hacking season is a bitch. I get it.
Dude. Any way you got to get it done, you got to get it done, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to if you're especially if you're new to it. And I used to do that when I was new, is Ziploc bags, everything's in it. And in fact, the shovel head, the dude that I bought it from, his bin, he has everything in Ziploc bags, all nicely labeled and shit. So it was like when you needed clutch parts, dude, I went into the box, I pulled out the bag, it had the springs, it had the plate, it had all the fucking shit, just ready to go.
That must have been really nice. That must have been really nice to be able to do that with your shovel head.
I say, do what I say, don't do as I do.
Yeah.
Don't do what Johnny Don't does.
Yeah.
I got one more that I wanted to get out there because this one is important to me. Zip ties as permanent hardware. Don't use zip ties on your build.
I agree.
Yeah. There's other ways to secure things.
Right. And I'm not saying no zip ties. I'm saying use zip ties in places for zip ties. Like if you I don't want to see them, basically. I have a couple zip ties on the panhead, but they're so far up underneath. They're basically there to keep something from rubbing somewhere else. That's what.
Don't have your clutch cable zip tied to your down tube.
Right. Yeah.
On your fucking $10,000 panhead.
Right. Yeah.
Do better than that.
There are other nicer ways. Rhino actually is the one who got me off that. I used to be a zip tie for life guy until the panhead. And he's always said, there's not a single zip tie in my bike. There's not a single zip tie. And I'm like, fuck, there's like 4 right here in this 3 inches. So this time I challenged myself not to. And I found, I think you had recommended, I found these little like Velcro strips or whatever. They fucking loop around and they tighten up against themselves so they don't back off. And they look a lot more
blend in, much better.
OEM. Yeah, they just look more legit.
They look a little bump out. And that's one, and there's a million ways to do it, but I don't have zip ties even on this fucking Seacoast build, dude. I don't have a single zip tie on the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Get creative about how you hide and route things, and then you don't need them,
Yeah. Even still, something that I like, and I just got a whole setup for this a couple months ago, is stainless steel zip ties. At least if you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like if you want to like make sure your oil lines are routed nicely if you're using rubber and shit, I love those. If you don't have one of the clamps, use the stainless steel zip ties and shit. Get some of the hose protector. It looks super legit. I use it all the time at work.
They're good. Yeah. And
they're nice.
They're not going to melt.
Right. They're not going to melt. They're not going to stretch. They're not going to fucking snap. Whatever.
And they're stainless steel, so they're going to keep their sheen. That's a good alternative. Yep, yeah, anything that you need to keep to the frame, I would say use other way. There's other ways to route cables like that.
Yeah.
Definitely with cables, with wiring and stuff. If you have a bundle of wires you want to keep, like together, I would say go ahead and zip tie it. But you also have like looms and stuff that you can wrap it with, and there's other alternatives. Zip ties look hacky to me, but
I was going to say it's not even a functionality thing because honestly, there's not much that's better than a zip tie to hold something to something else. They're the fucking shit and they're strong as shit. Like we have these really, really thick ones that we use at work, and like I've chained 2 of them together and done pull-ups with them. They're strong as fuck. But they're so readily available. They're so obvious. They're so cheap that find a nicer way. If you're going for a really nice bike, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Like those little Velcro straps that I got a fucking 100 and something up for less than $10 on Amazon. And like I said, they just look a little more OEM. It looks like something
You
you'd
can
see
cut them
on
down to length too, so it just
Right.
looks like, I cut them down so it's just the length that I need. It holds it nice and tight, blends in nice. It's soft. It's not going to cut you. I use zip ties all the time for like fabbing stuff up. Like when I was doing the tanks, I zip tied. I had a weird thing of zip ties just to hold the tanks where I needed them to be, so I could get the tabs on, welded on and shit. There's definitely a place, but completed bike, you don't need fucking zip ties, dude.
No. Nope.
All right. Did you have any others that you wanted to get to?
No, I think that's it. That's it. That was kind of, yeah. I mean, I have 19 of each, so there's a shitload. So maybe we revisit this another time, but they're all kind of general, honestly. Don't be a shitbag.
Yeah.
Be a good member of the chopper community.
Yeah, I had a million of them. So you guys let us know if you want more do's and don'ts. Maybe we'll make it a reoccurring series. And, if you want, maybe we even get other people to, maybe we'll do it like a Q&A and post it up and be like do's and don'ts, and see what you guys are all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is by no means a comprehensive list. It's just some of the things that stick out for me. If I was talking to a younger version of myself, this is stuff that I would tell that young boy.
Yep.
100%. Skip all the bullshit, do this stuff, and you'll be on your way to a happier and healthier life.
Yeah. I don't know about happier, but there'll be a lot more choppers around you at least. So there's that.
Yeah. There was one in here I did want to there was one question. Fuck. Yeah, I guess the general idea here is, there's no wrong way to do it if your heart's in the right place, Like, you should be uncomfortable. You should be broke. You should be under the gun. You should feel stressed. Like that's part of the fun of it all. But all the bullshit like that you see online, that's not real stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you guys see me and Dan at a show, we don't care what you fucking drove in. We don't care if you fucking ride in the rain. We don't care if you bought your fucking bike. We don't care about any of that shit. The important thing is to show up and be a part of this, because without the people, there's no fucking culture, dude.
People first. Yeah. You can't have choppers without people building them. Yeah. People are first.
That's what I want to see. I don't want to see your bike as much as I want to see you, in fact. You know what I mean? So come to the show this weekend again. Come to the fucking Seacoast build off. Come to Muzzy the Wop's Liars Bench Brewing Company show and watch a movie. That sounds like a fucking blast. Come to the Deadbeat Retreat. Go to this shit, dude. Summer's almost over. Reality is going to set back in. Some of you motherfuckers probably already have your kids back in school and shit. I feel bad for you, son, but use some of that PTO. Get out to glory days,
Definitely.
Keep this shit going. We want to see you. We want to party with you. We want to stick two fingers deep inside you.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Figuratively, I'm not being literal here.
Spiritually.
Two spiritual fingers.
Yeah.
I didn't say which ones. All right. I'm getting too gay. I had too much tequila. Let's shut this shit down, Danny. What do you say?
I say have a good fucking weekend, assholes.
I say get in the garage. I say get in trouble. I say have fun. And I say never stop chopping.